With the Shadow Arts rework, there is no longer access to stealth on your steal or on your heal skill. So the Shadow Squall, which gives a huge heal, is now not really that accessible from those skills on a support Specter build. So how are you going to be able to play the support Specter now? Well, you have access to the Shadow Rejuvenation trait now, and that gives you a lot more initiative. So instead of relying on your heal skill or your steal to get into stealth, you can do combo finishers. So if you're using the pistol offhand, what you do is you go into the pistol 5 and then you shroud 2, then you go in stealth from that, and then from there you can precast either your 5 or your 2, and then as soon as you do that you can leave shroud and then give yourself the pistol 5 again, and that would give you the stealth again. And then from there you can use the Shadow Squall. So you're not really required to use deceptions to get stealth, though I would still use blinding powder because it's not always the easiest thing to do to get your stealth combo off on an ally like that. So yeah, use your blinding powder still in like emergency situations, but you need to go into stealth with your heavy initiative gains, come out of stealth as well and use your black powder again there, and you have plenty of initiative to do this because you have the Shadow Rejuvenation trait, which gives you 3 initiative every time you do that. Though you do want to be careful with targeting enemies because the black powder will actually reveal you when coming out. So usually you want to be targeting allies so that you don't reveal yourself, so you can get off that Shadow Squall, which does a lot of healing on your allies. And because of that, the Specter build is now going to be running Sage Amulet because healing power is a little bit more relevant because you're giving out more healing and more barrier, which scale with healing power. And I will be taking the Shadow Savior, the Shadow's Embrace, and the Shadow Rejuvenation trait. Everything else is pretty much the same on the build. So let's just get into a match. Another thing that a lot of people ask is, what are good duos for a support Specter? Well, anything that's a hyper carry that you can pocket heal is really good because you're giving out quickness and torment on their attacks from the Rotwallow Venom. So like a Berserker Warrior or some kind of condition Mesmer that can get some value off of you giving them more torment, and their multi-hitting attacks is really good with the Rotwallow Venom multi-hit. Also, it's really good with a Revenant. Like all Thief builds are good with Revenant, and Deadeyes are really good with a support Specter because the stealth that you can provide to them is gonna give them extra synergy because Deadeyes need stealth as well. And if they're running a Shadow Arts build, right, they'll get some extra synergy from that. And also Soul Beasts, because they can run a trait where they gain extra boons whenever they gain quickness. So yeah, those are pretty good duos. Now I used my stun break there to actually peel for my Deadeye, and because of that I had no stun breaks and I got CC'd to death. So you have to be careful. You want to use your blinding powder in situations to save your allies, but then you don't have it in emergencies where you need to survive. So you got to be careful because CC is the counter to Specters. Now we're gonna respawn here. We've lost the entire map, so we've got to start at home. I just stole there to one of the mini pets, and essentially you can get swiftness from that. But we're gonna go in here and heal our druid. I get CC'd, so I'm gonna stun break that and give a 8,000 Shadow Squall from going in stealth there. And now our druid's pretty fine, so we need to focus on getting the kill here because we're 3v1ing, and that's not that valuable with our resources here. So I give a little bit more healing to my allies because their warrior came in and I don't want them to die, but we need to actually be getting kills still because we're 3v2ing now. The stealth goes out and I land a Shadow Fall, and we're going to get the kill here. See, the warrior is waiting to use banner, so I'm going to headshot that, and now we're going to secure that kill and probably leave here. But our Tempest has already died because we took too much time there getting that kill. So the only thing I can really do is go to far and help our Deadeye. So yeah, as a support, you're not really playing the fast getting kills roamer playstyle. So I want to be preventing my allies from dying and also supporting players that have high kill potential, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. I try to go for a little bit of stealth there on the Deadeye to peel for them, but they're going to be fine anyways because I went in Shroud and I'm taking a lot of pressure from their Deadeye. So I back off, I go in stealth. I'm going to precast my Shadow Squall here, and I'm going to CC their Specter so that we can secure the kill on them. But my Deadeye actually gets split from me, and I let them die because I focused on getting the kill rather than trying to keep them alive, which would have been better because if I keep them alive, then they can get the kill. But we were kind of outnumbered there, so our team got stuff done while they were outnumbering at mid. I'm going to go for the buff here because I've got 2 ports, and the Virtuoso is going to arrive a little bit too late. So I'm going to get the buff, and they're probably going to head into home. So our Necro is most likely going to be in danger of 1v2, but I want to support my team at mid here because I see my Druid is getting really low. They get CC'd and get 100 0'd in that CC. So there's really not much else I can do here to help them. But when they die, I can potentially prevent the node from getting decapped, pressure their team to attack me by holding the node, and that will prevent my Tempest from dying. I can also give some stealth there, but my Well was actually hogging all of the combo field, so I gave blindness instead of stealth. So you got to be careful with that. You want to use your Wells to get near your allies, but then you kind of need to like wait a little bit for the Well to stop, and then you can use your black powder with the stealth combo on the Shroud 2. We are holding this node. It is the only node we own, so we need to play more aggressively. I give quickness to my Lich Necro, and I go in for some stealth here with the combo. I give out some damage, a little bit of damage to finish off that kill, and now we own mid, but my Tempest is pretty low because I think that's their Deadeye is doing a lot of damage to them. I go for some interrupts so they can't go in stealth, and that's long enough for us to kill the thief. And now I go for a decap on Far because we've got 2 kills on the map right now. So I'm gonna greed for a little bit more of a node presence, but the Druid is going to probably prevent me, and I see that they have players already respawning, so I back off. Our Necro goes in, and now I need to keep them alive, so I'm giving them my barrier, and they're in Shroud anyway, so it's barrier and Shroud. I go for my Shadowfall on the node so that they get off the node, because then we can get the decap very quickly, and now that we've got the decap, we'll get a lot more value out of this situation. I go in stealth, and I try to Shadow Squall, but I get interrupted. But we're doing fine on health. I swap to giving my Deadeye barrier because giving them quickness is going to get us more kills quickly than giving it to a Tempest or a, I believe, the core Necro. So we're just chasing our Deadeye, giving them the quickness so that they can get the kills quickly. Our Tempest is pretty low though, so, and our Druid is dead at mid. So we need to get this kill quickly, and that means I need to play as aggressively as possible because I've invested a lot into this already, and maybe I'll go for a little bit of a heal on my Tempest here, just to make sure they don't die. And then we've left Far. We all just zerged Far, and then we all left Far. So we're not getting really too much value off of our rotations here, but we need to be extremely fast. So I went into mid to try to bait cooldowns before my team arrived, and their team actually arrives first. So I'm trying to stay alive here. I do get my team here now, so I'm going to try to focus a kill, but my team is just standing on node, not going for kills. So I'm going to go to home with my Deadeye, and we're going to try to get the kill there. I give them some quickness in case, and I see my Druid's really low, so I'm trying to give them some heals. And we're 3v1ing because we didn't want to over-zerg mid because that's the only node we own, so we need to play aggressively here. It's not the ideal play, but it is the best play. Now that we've got our Druid topped off, we can go for the heal, or the kill on their Virtuoso. I am going to use my Shadow Fall because that's up now, but my Shadow Step didn't really move me closer, so they're going to be fine. But we get the down. I go for headshot spam to prevent them from using the banner, but they revive anyways because it looks like they probably had the shield buff. So we have all died. We've died at mid. So we're just 3 on the map. They're dying and they're going to respawn. So there's no reason for me to leave this even though we're 3v2ing. So we're just going to stay here and potentially get the kill. The Deadeye has chosen to leave, but that means that my Druid is going to get focused. And they're extremely low. Looks like they're keyboard turning right now. So we need to give them the extreme healing here. Through the 7,000 healing, they're still going to die here. So yeah, we've got our respawners coming in now, and they're holding the nodes, so we'll be fine here. I'm trying to target my Deadeye because I thought they were still in the fight, but they had left a long time ago. They're already at far. My Tempest gets mowed, and I give them 11,000 healing from my passive by going in Shroud, but it's not enough to keep them alive, and even the stealth won't do anything because they'll just cleave this. So I'm just delaying at this point. This is our node though, so even if we are kind of like dying at our own node, we can respawn, and as long as we're holding it neutralized, it's not that bad because we've got the rest of the map anyways. So this is kind of an okay situation for us because the rest of the map is being won while we're losing a 3v3 but holding it neutralized. I go in stealth here, but it's not fast enough to keep my Druid alive, so I back off and go for a little bit of pressure. Now my Tempest is going for the res, so I go and support them. I thought that the Druid were pretty much unresable, but actually they had the pet res and the Tempest was resing, so they got revived pretty quickly. Now the Druid is really low. I'm going to try to heal them some more, and there's like 3 here, so I go for a Shadow Fall. But we have 4 now, so we're outnumbering this. So we go for the res very aggressively after the fear. And I think I was revealed there, so I couldn't go in stealth, so I don't get the Shadow Squall. So my Druid is going to be extremely low here. I get the stealth combo with the Pistol 4 and the Shroud 2. But I'm going to only get value on it after I leave stealth here, so I do it again. So that's kind of like the basic rotation, right? You do the Pistol 5, then you Shroud 2, and then you do all your Shroud stuff, and then you do Shroud 2, and then you leave and do Pistol 5 before it finishes. If your ping is too high for that, then you can still do it with the Shroud 5, but if you hit something, then you'll reveal. So you really want to be doing that with the Shroud 2 instead, because if you hit something with Shroud 2, it won't reveal you. So at this point, I'm leaving the fight because we're kind of not getting the rest of the map. And this is kind of a bad situation for me because our Deadeye is the only one on the rest of the map, and we're put in awkward rotations here. So their Specter is chasing me, but I'm going to be fine. I'm going to head back into home and just try to support my team, which they're doing pretty okay. They're pretty tanky, but they're only fighting 2 players, so that's not ideal for our rotations. Our Deadeye gets a kill at mid, so I figured that maybe they're outnumbered, and I try to target them so I can give them some heals early before they get killed by anything, but they're going to go to far, and I see that our Tempest has actually left home as well, so they can probably cap and hold mid, and our Necro is dead at home, but that was kind of a losing fight anyways, so it's good that we just left that and just cut our losses. I get a nice immobilize on their Druid so that they can't use their leap away, and that helps to secure the kill by keeping them in place for our Deadeye. And now their Deadeye is here, and I know that the Druid can self-res, so I go for a Stomp here. They have the interrupt, there's not much I can do about that, so I go for a secondary Stomp here after fearing the pet away. And our Deadeye just deletes their Deadeye because they had been focusing me instead of our Deadeye, so they were just getting free casted on. And now at this point, I know that we have to hold far because the match is so close to being ended, and I know that their duelist is on our home, so we need to allow our Deadeye to go to mid and I'll hold far long enough for the respawns, right? There's going to be 2 coming in at me because that's how many kills we got. So I'm going to try to hold that and let my Deadeye win mid, and I'm just going to survive here because if we win mid, then that's enough to win. So I'm just spamming as much CC as possible because if they can't use skills, then they can't kill me. But yeah, the Deadeye is doing extremely high amounts of damage, and I can't port back in to contest that node. So I go in stealth here, and I've got a lot of barrier, so I can potentially go for some trading here. But yeah, the Deadeye does a lot of damage, and I had been pressured already in a 1v2. But since the match is so close to ending, I can't give up the full cap. So what I'm doing here is just playing as defensively as possible to try to survive. There's not really a win condition in the 1v1. It's just I need to survive to prevent their team from getting momentum on the map. And now we're, gonna die pretty much. But we go in Shroud here, and the Deadeye they just use their heal, but they're kind of losing health. They're a very aggressive build. And now my Deadeye is here, but I ported out because I thought I was gonna die. So yeah, our Deadeye comes in and gets the kill, and we're gonna win with just far and mid. So that's kind of how the support Specter works now. You gotta utilize a little bit more of the combos there, but yeah, it's still very good. It hasn't been nerfed at all. You just have a lot more access to stealth through the initiative rather than through your actual utility skills or your steal. So if you like this content, then like the video, subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.